dear. Come to study these whale skeletons too? Fascinating, aren't they?
It is good to know the Grammy family jewels were protected, and with a dignified password too. Duchess.
Oh, indeed. This particular type of whale was quite the hunter. But where are my manners? Catherine's the name, Catherine Gremery. I'm a paleontologist. Quite simply because it's the biggest specimen I have ever seen. I should so very much like to know more about this whale. Alas, information is ever so scarce. I don't see how, but you're such a dear to offer. If you find out more about this whale, I'd be ever so grateful. The poor man. Doesn't he know these animals have been extinct for centuries? Who is this fisherman? Jonah? Well, that's an odd coincidence, isn't it? I found an amulet right here in this rib cage that says, "From Lizzie to Jonah." Here, you can have it if you want. I do. You met him then? How is old Georgie? Still the diligent archaeologist risking life and limb to reach some ancient statuette? Oh, he's such a good sort. I should make it a point to visit him as soon as we get off this island. The ship I was on was in some kind of frightful magical incident. You can find the rest of the survivors a bit further down the beach. Not much point in hiding, is there? Mind you, it does look ominous enough. But as far as I can tell, it might as well stand empty. No, I don't think much trouble will come from there, unless one seeks it out. And we wouldn't want that now, would we, dear? Oh, yes. Some of the crew members have been going on and on about that. Frankly, I don't believe a word of it. But then again, it's not my shapely behind that's on the line. Bye, darling. Not yet. What? I can't. Not yet. I can't. Oh, my wounds are grave. Shiny.
It's you, isn't it? May the Divine have mercy on my soul. I am such a terrible liar. Divine, grant the Dragon Knight doesn't notice. Well, I was an alchemist in Rivertown. A famous one at that, oh yes. From all the corners of all the lands they come to buy my Allen Brew, a potion that no one else can make. It makes you strong as a demon, agile as a fox, quick as an eagle. Oh, please, in the name of the Divine, pick me. Yes, Yes, it is. Pick me, you won't regret it. An alchemist distills the pure potency from plants and herbs to create an abundance of potions that may aid the drinker in an endless variety of ways. Recipes from obscure books are also always a valuable commodity to any alchemist worth his or her salt. So, should you find these during your journeys, I would advise you bring these to the tower. Ah, yes, it's an enhancement of a recipe made by my former mentor. I studied under the tutelage of none other than Walker, the famous Rivertown alchemist. His Walker brew was quite potent, but soon the pupil outshone the master. She seemed nice enough until she told me why I was brought here. But about the history of the place, I know little. It's not really my field, you see. May the divine bless you, Dragon Knight.
Go get him, boy. Not yet. Shiny.
As you approach the door, the skull asks you for Lycan's motto. The door remains locked.
Not yet. I could use a potion right about now. Not yet. I can't. Not yet. Cling. Shiny. Another one to add to the collection.
I do not believe we have met. I'm Hermosa, captain of this unfortunate ship. No one can teach combat skills like me. But how can I say that without sounding desperate? To be honest, I hadn't a clue. We were sailing the Western Sea when all of a sudden a beam of light shone down on us. Next thing I knew, we were here, stranded on this strange and hostile island. We were attacked by some local ruffians a few days ago, but we were able to repel the assault. Water and food luckily don't cause worries. Barbatos summons the necessary supply. One of my sailors took off on his own though. He's been away a while. Should you see Elfrith, please tell him he's needed at the Starbound. Well, it was a column really, a hollow column that surrounded the ship. Then suddenly the sea started to become blurry and the force within the column stronger. What followed was a hard crashing and thumping. When I opened my eyes, we were here, wrecked and lost. Before I had time to let it all sink in. That's not meant to be funny, by the way. A lady approached me and told me of the prophecy. Oh, forgive me, I didn't realize. Listen. I don't know who the other candidate is, but he or she can't possibly match my talents. They probably all say that, but this time it's true. Let me assure you, I really am an excellent weapons trainer. Great warriors have been my students. You remember that, won't you? They augment their scholar skills by rigorous instruction and exercise. I may show you ways to greaten the strength of your whirlwind attacks, heighten the accuracy with which you fire splitting arrows, improve the might of those you summon. Regular warriors and wizards have their limits, but I can easily push you beyond them. Goodbye, Your Grace.
Oh, my head. Feels like a leprechaun is sculpting inside my skull. So you're that dragon lord or something, right? Blast this being stuck on some backward patch of island. I'd have won this year's weapon enchantment competition again, that's for sure. Radcliffe, the best enchanter you'll ever meet. My guess is that's all you need to know about me. An enchanter uses crystals, ores, and written enchantments to augment the strength, the abilities of weapons, armors, jewelry, and so on. Needless to say, the right type of enchantment can aid adventurers tremendously in combat, especially if they're adapted to have specific uses in specific circumstances. Some creatures have a natural weakness for certain types of poison, for instance, which makes a poison enchantment all the more powerful. That means it's a good idea to have a varied arsenal of weapons and armor on you. But you can also disenchant a favorite piece of equipment and add a new quality to it. Ha! Normally my reputation precedes me. I'm the official supplier of weapons to the New Order. Their officers view the receiving of one of my swords upon promotion as a badge of honor. But those are nothing compared to the ones I could make, given the right material. Metal and crystals, basically. But not every crystal is the same. The rarer they are, the more powerful, usually. I'm sure you'll be able to obtain some pretty scarce specimens once you've earned your wings. Don't count on it. But wait up a minute. Listen, I'm not in the mood to stand here and plead for my life. But I do know there's another enchanter nearby. Why don't you bring that chap to the ship? We'll both make you a sword, and you'll quickly see everyone's an amateur compared to me.
Hello there. I'm Sam, the first mate. If only I was still allowed to leave the camp. I could pick up those desert roots I saw earlier. Yum. To be able to taste a sweet cup of tea again. I salvaged some things from the cargo hull, and I'm not averse to making some coin. Care to have a look? Absolutely. Thank you so much. They look so delicious.
My husband Henry, what a
Stranger,
character he is.
leave
Just
the
because
chef
he
to
can
his
put a
art,
decent plate on the table.
Unless you have earned 3 or more doctorates in various alchemical disciplines, kindly remove yourself from my presence. How dare this nincompoop try and trick the greatest potion maker in Riverlon? Oh, it's you, is it? The so-called Dragon Knight. Well, don't for a second think I believe you. Or that pretty little green thing. It's too preposterous to even contemplate. Honestly, the bird brains one meets in life make you wish there was legislation for permissible social interaction. An alchemist distills the pure potency from plants and herbs to create an abundance of potions that may aid the drinker in an endless variety of ways. Recipes from obscure books are also always a valuable commodity to any alchemist worth his or her salt. So, should you find these during your journeys, I would advise you to bring these to the tower. 5, actually, but I allow scholars to address me once they have earned their 3rd. If not, I would only have myself to talk to. Though I must say, the appeal of that eventuality has risen considerably since this conversation started. Why, you don't? Lost our way, have we? Oh, poor thing. Let me enlighten you, then. This is Sentinel Island, an ancient isle that was home to Maxos, and still is to draconic magic. Before you ask, Maxos is the greatest mage who ever lived, but judging by his sudden disappearance, I'd venture to say his experiments caught up with him. I'm sure your mind is already dazzled by this sudden display of knowledge, so we'll call it a day. Class dismissed. Never heard of the man. That means that he is either not an alchemist at all, or such an obscure one he has cured nothing besides a child's mild cough. Order your other stooges around, but not me.
Don't bother me, I have no time.
Greetings, traveller. I wish you a very good day. That cannonball with the bathing twins motif will cost a fortune. But I must have it. I have good reason to be. I'm a maritime historian, you see, and this place fascinates me. That's what I've been telling the members of our club, the Prancing Seahorse. You're absolutely right, though. I wrote many a paper on the legendary Ulfmar, don't you know? A mighty pirate. But he wasn't a mere pirate, he was an explorer, too. Then, one sad day, he disappeared. Ship, treasure, and all. Never to be heard from again. Exactly. You catch on quickly, don't you, youngster? Have you noticed that shipwreck perched so bizarrely atop that enormous tree? I'd bet my prize collection of erotically engraved cannonballs that is Ulfmar's ship. Oh, yes, indeed. I'd recognize the design anywhere. I'm sure his treasure must still be there, but also some of his books, and those are what interest me. He must have collected so much knowledge during his travels. I'd be very grateful if you'd managed to explore the wreckage. But I don't think you can. Not unless you sprout some wings. It's the Gentleman's Club in Alaroth. It's where the intellectuals of the city gather, chat and have a drink. The current president, though, is a bit of an odd fellow. Narcissus is his name, and he's absolutely head over heels in love with himself. What a character. Have a nice day.
let them attack.
You're a real land-ladder, aren't you? I can always tell.
Another one to add to the collection.
Go get him, boy.
Back off, I say! I'm not tasty, monsters! Find someone else to... Oh, you there! Please help me!
I can see something shiny over on that whale's skull. There's no way I'm venturing far from the camp again, though.
Bless her heart and yours! Hurry, kind stranger, they'll get to me soon!
Could use a potion right about now.
Never have I seen such ferocious beasts, nor such fighting skills either.
I am that. Stupid of me to venture out alone. These ruins looked inviting. I wanted to explore them. I stumbled over what I thought was a small rock, but it turned out to be an old buck. Then I heard a growl. Instinctively, I jumped up and scurried up that broken column. A chilling thought. I'll be sure to stick to the starbound from now on. Here, take the book I found. It's the least I can do. Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Another one to add to the collection.
A strange book found in the sand. That might be interesting.
Go get him, boy.
It is you, isn't it? The Slayer turned dragon. I, a true Slayer, still would hate you if I didn't know my life lies in your hands. The Slayer's back at the camp and has already missed my magic training program. And what is that purpose, if I may ask? A noble mission indeed, not one I'm averse to taking part in. Doing my job. I was teaching some young recruits how to properly swing a blade in the Oribus Fjord's training camp. I could just imagine their faces when that strange magic surrounded me and I was gone in a flash. To be your trainer, I can understand why she chose me. Oh yes, I was never your drill instructor. More's the pity. The men and women I trained are now the best of the best. Just look at Commander Road. Anyway, I have a proposition to make. I know there must be a rival on the island, and I challenge him, whoever he might be, to a duel, so I can prove my worth. I see. Well then, no time to waste. I'll go at once.
Not yet. Not yet. Shiny. Do you even know the fishes you are throwing in the...
Here we are. Listen now. Whoever is the captain of this ship, I challenge him to a duel.
Challenge her to a duel, you mean?
What? I didn't know. No. I won't fight a woman. It's not honorable.
I take it you are my rival, and one of us has to perish this day. I respect your decorum, but this is neither the time nor place. Prepare to fight.
No. I implore you. You were a slayer before you were a dragon, and know the code of our order. Please, convince her to stop this brawl.
I can only hope you choose... please excuse me, the anxiety, but no, come what may. I will hold my head high.
Do you even know the fishes you are throwing in that cooking pot?
No, I don't. So what, do you think I'll poison you?
When I see scores of dead whales on the beach that must have eaten those same fishes, I think twice before preparing them. You're careful.
Oh, it's the Dragon Knight. Welcome back. Indeed he did. The silly man was lucky you were around. Thank you for rescuing me. I am very grateful. Goodbye.
Shot. Tiny.
This is the book Elfrith gave you. It appears to be the spellbook of an unnamed mage. Most of the spells are too amateurish to be of much use, but one of them catches your attention. It was seen the mage liked to work outside, but often the wind bothered him, so he devised a spell to make it die down. You speak the spell, and within moments, the wind has died down.
Candles burn once more, and at long last my spirit soars again.
At last, hope for salvation.
No, she is an abomination, a ghoulish duplicate, pieced together from different corpses. Lycan's tastes are peculiar. Even before he killed me, he manufactured that thing to satisfy his frigid, soulless appetites. I am Sasan, the one-time reluctant concubine of Lycan, until he needed my blood to advance his schemes. A powerful spell was required to access the abandoned tower, sealed as it was by Maxos' magic. The blood of a loved one. I can still hear him say it. Ha! That monster never loved anything but death. Of course, it can't. No, the only way in is to draw Lycan out. And for you, he won't budge. I'm confident, though, that my appearance would rattle his twisted brain like nothing has before. Not quite, no. There is one other matter. I am bound to this grave, but bring me back to life and I'll accompany you. All I need is my ring, which I hope is still in Lycan's old study here on the island. Say demise and enter.
What can Jonah do for you? This is it! Where did you find this? He is dead then, the brute. His passing pleases me, even though revenge was never on my mind. I was made a widower before I sailed the seas, lost my wife to illness. That amulet was all I had to remember her by. Finally, I have it back, and all because of you. Take my journal. Perhaps it will prove to be of interest. Be blessed, adventurer, and farewell.
a true king.
My precious, I'll never go hungry again.
Here's Mr. Shiny Dragon. Treat him well, and remember, he doesn't like chicken.